Hello, my name's Duncan and welcome to Back Away from Knocking Bath Books. And today I'm going to do the what's it called? The mid-year freakout tag thing. Okay, I wasn't actually tagged by anybody, but we all sort of seem to do this every year. So can't remember who did it originally, but I will put a link down below when I find out, because I'm very disorganised. This list, I've just suddenly realised, this notes I wrote down, I actually did before I had the big break I've just had, so something may be out of date, but I will work my way through it. So this is the mid-year book freakout tag thingy, whatever I'm talking about. So anyway, I'll start for the first one. The best book I've read. So how many questions are there? I think there's a couple that don't really apply to me. It says there's 13, but we'll see. Am I a bit late for the mid-year? Because mid-year is really sort of June, isn't it? And we're in August, but hey, it'll work. So the best book I've read so far this year, well, that comes down to 3. And The Warriors by Sol Urich, which is the book that they based the film on, which is so good. It's such a good book. It's a lot grittier. It's a lot more violent. It's less cartoonish than the film, and I love the film. And I will do a proper video on it sometime, I think. It's quite gruesome at point. It's very, very... it is just so good, and I think a lot of people don't realise it is from a book. And then I'm going to do number 2 is The Arrest by Jonathan Lethem that I've just finished, which I think is a beautiful book, beautiful prose. It's like a comfortable apocalypse, and it's got this creeping thing going through it, and towards the end, it's fantastic, and it's Jonathan Lethem, so it's great writing. And the final one is A Long Loud Silence from Tucker Wilson, which is post-apocalyptic, and I've said of The Year of the Quiet Sun, like, is probably the most well-known one, which I adore, which I think I'm rereading this year with a buddy read, which I'm quite happy to do. Where am I rereading it with a buddy read? I don't know, probably I'm doing something, but I'm happy to read that again. But this, The Long Loud Silence, was like an earlier book of his, 1953, I think it is. But it is grim. It is post-apocalyptic. It's post-apocalyptic, surviving in this part of America. America's been sectioned off after these bombs drop, and there's meant to be a sort of plague disease on one side, and the other side is meant to be clear. And this soldier's got caught on the wrong side, and it's him surviving and trying to get to the other side. And it is quite a grim book, but it is so well done. So well done. So that's my 3 picks for the best book I've read this year. I've actually read 3 stunning books, which I wanted to include all 3 of them, because sometimes you get to this halfway through the year and you think, they've all been okay, but nothing's really stood out. But those 3 really did stick out for me. Best sequel you read so far this year? Well, I've only read 1 sequel, and that is Andromeda Breakthrough, because I read A for Andromeda and Andromeda Breakthrough with Gavin, and we did a long talk on it. And it is from the BBC TV series from the 60s, and it's a novelisation by Fred Hoyle, and it's it's not bad. It's pretty good. If you look at the videos, go back. I'll put some links below to the videos that me and Gavin did on the both these books, and hopefully I'll sort you out if you're interested in it. But they're well worth a look at. Now, question 3. New releases you haven't read yet but want to. Well, I'm not really up on new releases. When I wrote this, I put down When the Moon Hits Your Eye by John Scalzi, because I was actually on my list to read it. But I'm actually started it about 50-60% of the way through it, about halfway through it, and I'm really enjoying it. But I've got no other newish releases I know of, because I don't really keep an eye on them. I sort of stumble across things. So I'm not really sort of, you're lucky if I read any books written in the past 20 or 30 years, if anything else. Biggest disappointment this year. Okay, there's 2. I went and it was actually an audio book, but it was, which I'm glad I read the audio book and didn't actually read it properly. It's A Long Walk by Stephen King, and I thought it wasn't good. It was not good. And I know there's a film coming out soon. I watched the film, because it's got Mark Hamill in, but the book isn't good. I'm really confused about why people keep saying it's King's best book. It's just, there's no development, there's no context. And without context, I think the story's lacking so much. And the characterization is not particularly good. It's, yeah. But yeah, I'll leave that. And then the other one was, I read The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck in the read-along with the bunch of people read along Steinbeck, and I think they still are. I read The Grapes of Wrath, which is the first Steinbeck I've read, and I was just very disappointed in it. And yeah, I'm just... I know he's a beloved writer by many people, one of the top American writers, but I'm afraid it didn't do much for me. So yeah, and would I put any effort to reading any more Steinbeck again? I probably will at some point, but at the moment, that just didn't do it for me at all. I just found it rather flat, I must admit, which is probably heresy in some quarters. But hey, I'll give it a go. These things can't be for everybody. So yeah, so number 6. It's a bigger surprise. The Family of the Vordelak, which was by Alexei Tolstoy from it was about 30 years before Dracula came out, which is a vampire story set in sort of Croatia-y area, I think. And this guy from the French court stumbles across this family, and it all gets a bit gruesome and weird and stuff. It's a sort of novella, but it was really, really good. Alexei Tolstoy is a cousin of Leo Tolstoy, the famous Leo Tolstoy, and he wrote a few other books which I was trying to find translations of, which I can't, which is a shame, because there's another book that is well known, but I cannot find an English translation at all. But Family of Vordelak, did I do a video of it, or did I talk about doing a video on it? I don't know. But anyway, well worth read. Big surprise. Favourite new author is H. Bean Piper, because I read his Lone Star Planet novella, and I really, really liked it. And Macaulay Johnson, because I read Zorro, The Mask of Zorro, which is really, really good, and it's adventure, and it swashed my buckle, and I really, really liked it, and I'm going to look forward to reading some of the other Zorro books, I think. Okay, number 8, newest fictional crush. Well, I'm not going to answer that, because sorry, I'm not a teenage girl. Newest favourite character. Well, I'm loving Zorro. Zorro is great at the moment. Books that made you cry. I mean, as much as I cry at anything film-wise, book-wise, nothing's made me cry. Books that made me happy. Well, all books make me happy. They do. They're books. Most beautiful book you bought so far this year or received. I don't think I've received anything particularly beautiful this year, so I'm going to leave that one. What books do I need to read by the end of the year? I don't really need to read anything, but there's some I want to. There's a few. I've got some Chinese science fiction, not the famous ones, some more obscure ones I want to read. And I'm reading some South Asian stuff at the moment, and it's all for a series of videos I wanted to do. And I've got some other stuff from around the world. I'm trying to do sort of some international science fiction that's been translated sort of section. So those are the ones I'm aiming to read. More Arthur C. Clarke, because my Arthur C. Clarke thing making me love Arthur C. Clarke, which I do probably like it, so I might have to rename that to something like the Arthur C. Clarke Project. And that's about it, really. So I won't tag anybody. If you've not done this tag, it's well worth having a look at. And I hope that made sense, because it's my first video back for quite a while. Anyway, I will speak to you very soon, and bye for now.